Welcome to Tender Heart.
Charles decided to commit suicide. He passed through several bad moments in his life. His wife cheated on him and left him for another man. It was 3 years that his mom had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And, just last week, a car ran over his only son, who died in the act. Sometimes life is not as easy as it seems. Charles had everything in mind. He would just go to the tallest building in town, get to the rooftop and jump from a height of 17 floors. That day though, he passed by the cemetery to promise his dead relatives that soon he would join them in heaven. He was ironically happy. He, at least, seemed like it. Then Charles went to have what was supposed to be his last meal. He didn't eat at a fancy restaurant to somehow celebrate the end of a difficult life. Charles just ate a hamburger with French fries at a chain restaurant. He, still, looked like a very happy man. To each his own. After having paid, he just sighed and said in a very low voice, "Let's do this." Jerry was behind him and thought, "Do what?" To himself. Charles started walking till the building, entered, took the lift and opened the door to the terrace. He sat on the edge of the roof and enjoyed the fresh air of spring times for a while. "I have to do this, I cannot live this life anymore," he said, as if he was talking to someone. He kept on having conversations with himself. "I have no other choice. What's left for me in this miserable life? Nothing. I don't have a wife anymore. My mom is not here. My son is. My son." Charles started crying. He thought life had been laughing at him for all his eternity. It was really unfair how only the existence of a human being was so depressing. Especially Charles, a peaceful man who never got into a fight, lived a humble life with no huge ambitions, and someone whose heart was so full of love that he would be kind and precious to everyone who got the chance to meet him. Then, why him? The stars painted the ceiling of the earth and the moon descended from its celestial place. "Why me?" Charles said while looking into the sky. "Why me? Why me? Why? You? The guy up there. What have I done to you? What's with all this perishing that only affects me? Why did you treat me so badly? I never killed a cat, I paid my taxes religiously, I behaved," Charles shouted at the stars, as if they had the answers to all his questions. Because life is unfair, in one way or another, to everyone. That was the spoken voice of someone who just appeared out of nowhere. Jerry sat next to him and introduced himself. Charles didn't know how to react since this was totally unplanned. And then, a conversation happened. "Do you know me?" Charles asked. "More than you will ever think," answered Jerry. "Who are you?" "I'm the man who is going to save your life. It's just, you don't know that yet. I'm going to die tonight. Please leave, now." Ha, ha, ha. "Not on my watch, Charles. Do you know about how miserable my life has been? All the pain I had to suffer just because I existed." "Don't talk in past tense, you still exist." Jerry opened a can of lemonade and offered Charles a sip. "No, thank you, I tend to hold low level of sugar in my daily life." "What's the drink you like the most?" Jerry asked. "White wine, I suppose." "Can you please leave me alone? I'd like to be alone." "Nah man, sorry, what you're thinking of doing, you know? Not cool man, not cool. Think about all the people you will make sad, for nothing." "But I'm the sad one here, Jerry. No one will be sad if I go." "Yeah well, about that, I was like you, my friend. Had the worst situations in my life one could ever imagine. Lost all my family in an accidental fire. Got fired 3 times already. Had no friends. No one liked me. Why should I keep on living, right? Who would care anyway, indeed, who would? No worries my man, I'll tell you. Your neighbors. Your niece. Your sister. You know that girl who always prepares you a cappuccino takeaway from the bar you go every morning before going to work? Yeah. She will be waiting for you, with her smile and her sympathy and all that. But after this I'll never be the same again. She will make you happy, Charles. But also your pupils, Do you really want to confront them already with suicide? At this early stage of life? They are only 9 and 10, my man. Nah, you don't want to do that. They will never know. It's a school, they will discover, believe me. Do you really want to do that? To Alexa, Sky, Jim and all the others? How sad are you going to make them? They need you, you're a hero to them. A hero, ha, ha, ha. Sure, a hero. What we see with our eyes differ from what others see with their eyes, my man. You're so loved you'd hurt 100 hearts if you do this. So, what do you say, fancy a glass of white wine? Come on, just, die another day, not today, okay, I can do it tomorrow, I suppose. Hell you can. Listen, I'll give you my number. We'll meet in a couple of weeks at your cappuccino cafe, okay? If you still feel like this, I don't know, we'll die together, okay? Oh. Okay. Jerry took Charles' hand and accompanied him downstairs. After 2 weeks they met at the coffee shop. Charles was somehow happy. He said it was the best decision he could ever have taken, to not die. Jerry and Charles became very good friends. Since then, they founded an organization to support suicide prevention. Because sometimes, being unlucky at life is the best thing that could happen to someone, it's just. They don't know yet. Angels are always awaiting.